Hey, hey, hey! It's Wednesday. Hump day means stamp day. Hello, my friends. It's Jen Fitta with By the Shore Stamping. We're going to do our Facebook Live class for February. We're in February already. Actually, we're almost into March already. But yes, this is our monthly class. So I come live every Wednesday, but on the last Wednesday of the month, we do an actual class. So we'll do 3 cards. Hi, Christine. Or Chris. I don't know why I just call you Christine. I never call you Christine. But hello, hello. I know several of you have the frog kits that were sent to you. So I'm excited to be able to stamp with many of you today. I think the cards will be fun. I think you'll like them. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I do have a couple of things I wanted to share with you before we get started, so I can do that as everybody's logging on. So let me just switch this around, so bear with me for 1 second so I can get you into position. All right, try not to make you too dizzy. All right, there we go. Hi, Lori. Hi, Jill. All right, looks like I've got this pretty well centered here. And let's see if I can fix the light a little bit, and then we'll be good to go. All right. Hi, Tracy. All right, so hopefully everybody got their little packets. I do want to tell you, for those of you that got packets, yours were in cute little bags, so you want to make sure when you pull them out that you pull them out carefully so all the little pieces don't go in different directions, but I'll share with you as we start. Hi, Joanne. Which pieces go with what project, but just in case, if you pull them out carefully, everything should stay together, and I put them in the order we're going to do them, so they should be in the correct order right now. So there's that. Also, I forgot to mention in my little post about what you'll need, I did use one other greeting for one of the cards, just because it didn't work with the other ones. So I used the Itty Bitty Greeting stamp set. This is an awesome stamp set for card makers because it's got pretty much everything you could possibly need for greetings. So I think I used the Many Thanks, which is in here somewhere. And I forgot to tell you that when I posted what you'd need. So you may need one, yeah, I use this. You may need one other small little greeting stamp set. So if, uh-oh, can everybody still hear me? So if you have a minute, you can go grab something that will fit on that little, it needs to fit on this little thing here. Just give me a shout if you can't hear me though, or I guess if you can't hear me, you won't know that, but hopefully, y'all can still hear me. I'll wait to see if anybody pops in to say you're good. Anybody having trouble? Hello, hello? Let me know if, okay, you can hear me. Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't widespread before I continued on. But yes, all right, so it looks like it might just be yours, Tracy. So, hopefully you can hear me. While we're getting started here, I'll just give a couple minutes. I will show you a sneak peek of next month's class. So I have my little message here that if you order by March 10th, you can get March 27th class kits. So you'll get, just like this month, you'll get the kits to go. If you order with the host code by March 10th, then I'll send you the kits and I'll show you the cards in a second. They are, what was I just going to say? I totally lost my mind. I don't know what is wrong with me today. So the code is here. Oh, that was what I was going to say. If your order is 150 or more, then don't use the code, because then you'll still get the kits, but it will be sent to you automatically. So one of the things I'm featuring for next month, so if you order by the 10th, I'm featuring this stamp set, which is the part of my story stamp set. I'm also featuring the Sale-A-Bration paper. So both of these are Sale-A-Bration items. Sale-A-Bration only goes for 1 more month, ladies. So as if you're familiar with that, for every $50 you spend, you get to pick something for free out of the exclusive catalog. And so this is a $50 reward item. So if you spent $50, you could get this for free. If you spent $50, you can get this for free. However, Next month's kit, the paper will already be included, so you don't need to order that. I will automatically send that to you all cut and ready to go in the kits, but you will need the stamp set which goes with it, so, or some other greeting set, so you could use a different greeting set too, but this is the one I'm using. I love this one. It's going to be great for my scrapbookers as well, because it's got a lot of good things for pages as well, like You're My Chosen Family, I'm so glad you are part of my story. I actually used this on a scrapbook page for an event this weekend. So so that's what we're going to be using. I do use a few different colors. I use Pear Pizzazz, Melon Mambo, and Coastal Cabana, and I'll post this after the event for next month's class. This is the details for next month. And I'm also using the Falling Flowers stamp set, and I use the coordinating dies. You don't necessarily have to have those, but I love them, and I'll share them a little bit when I show you the samples. So these are the samples for next month. So if you want to stamp with me and get kits next month, oh good, glad you're good, Tracy. If you want to stamp with me next month, these are a sneak peek of next month's cards. So this is what we'll be making for March 27th, our Facebook Live class. So again, you can just order by the 10th at jenpitta.stampinup.net and use the host code here, MNWKVRDH, and that will get you those kits next month. Or, like I said, if your order is 150 or more, don't use the code, you'll automatically get those. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I think we've got quite a few of you on now. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me. So these are the cards we're going to make today. Like I said, if you have the kits, if you're just joining and you have the kits, you want to pull them out of the bag the way they are. Kind of carefully pull them out. Everything's kind of lined up and stacked up the way you should need it. I'm also put them in order. So we're going to do the gray one first, then the blue one, and then the green one. And if you missed my post earlier, the colors you'll need tonight are Smoky Slate, or a light gray, Balmy Blue, or a light blue, Lemon Lime Twist, which is like a neon bright green, and then also Memento Black. You'll also want some markers in those colors as well, because we're going to use markers for that. And of course, your So Hoppy Together for stamp set. We're going to be using that. And some dimensionals, as well as Wink of Stella, if you have it. A little bit of glitz, never hurt anyone. And I'm using my Stampin' Blends, but you can use any of your markers. So, all right. I think we're ready to go. So we're going to start with the gray card, with this little guy. We named him, for those of you, I don't think anybody here was at Just Scrappin' a couple weekends ago. We've named him Francois. So this is Francois, and he likes to say, hey. So we're going to start with him, and you're going to need your your Smoky Slate ink pad and your first kit to start. All right, so I'm going to put the envelope aside for right now. And I did cut for you your insides, so this will be for your inside bit. So we'll do that as well. But the first thing we want to do for this class, for this card rather, is to do the background. So I used the little butterfly from the So Hoppy Together. I did try to keep everything using this one stamp set. So the only thing I used outside of this stamp set was that one small image that we'll use on the last card. But you can substitute with whatever you have. So I took the Smoky Slate and I started with just a background stamping. This is one of my favorite techniques to do, is just to do all over stamping in a background. And I do this on my scrapbook pages as well. So I'm just going to randomly kind of stamp this little butterfly. And I like to go off the page a little bit too. If you guys have stamped with me, you know I feel that kind of gives it more of a finished look, like it's been printed. So we're going to go ahead and stamp that. Hopefully you guys are all settled in and ready to stamp with me. So there you go. Simple as that. I used the ribbon border punch to punch the border here. So I'll show you what that looks like. This is a really good stamp set. I mean, a really good punch. I use it a lot, actually. So it's just got that little ribbon border. And I like it because you can use either side. So you can do this side with that border, the ribbon border, which is what I think it was designed to do and what we're going to use tonight. But I often will use the other side as well. So I will often do this side. And then you get kind of just a little tiny scallop, just a little bit of a added element. I couldn't think of a word. My goodness, I'm having trouble today. All right, so we're going to use, I'm using the little check. This is from the Gingham Gala paper in the Occasions catalog. And I'm going to go ahead and just run this right along the edge there. And then I just put it on my grid paper. And I line it up with that. So then I'm just going to go ahead and line that up. Tape that down. And then this is going to, whoopsie. Too much tape. There we go. I didn't overlap it quite enough. All right, and then we're going to put it right on the center, in the center of our card. So I'm going to go ahead and tape this down on the top and the bottom. It's already got enough on the bottom there. Hi, Carrie. We're just started. All we've done is stamped the background of our card, and we've added this one little layer. But other than that, we're good to go. Glad you made it. Okay. So next up is the little frog. So I'm going to stamp Mr. Francois with Memento Black ink. And I don't know if all of you who had the kits, or even those of you that are just watching, these are our new cling mount stamps. What do you think of these? Do you like these? You do want to make sure you get underneath them when you pick them up, so you don't rip the stamp. But I love how sticky they are. I don't need to put tape on them anymore to keep them on my block. Look at how dirty my blocks are because of the other ones. I always put tape on them, and then they make my blocks a mess. So I'm really looking forward to being able to clean these off, and they'll stay that way, because with the new annual catalog, they are getting rid of wood mount stamps, believe it or not, and they're also getting rid of the clear mount, and we'll just have cling mount, which is these, and then the photopolymer, which is the completely see-through ones. So that's actually really exciting, I think. And I love these new cling mount ones. So we're going to stamp little Francois over here, kind of off to the side a little bit. Yes, I love the cling mount too. All right, so there we go. Looks like my Memento Black needs to be refilled a little bit. It's getting a little light. But we'll do that later. He should be fine for tonight. Okay, so then I also took, oh, you know what? I lied. We need a birthday one too. So I used this twice. I used Happy Birthday here from this Itty Bitty Greetings set too. So this is the clear mount, not the cling mount. So these don't stay as nicely sometimes, which is why they're getting rid of them, because they found a new solution. And this one for me is a little tricky because the image is crooked, but I think the sentiment is straight on the stamp. So this will be a trick. This is when I should have pulled out my Stamparatus. But oh yeah, it's very crooked. Let's see. I'm gonna fix it on here so that this part is straight. Don't do it this way usually, but I want to see where the greeting is, so I'm going to do it that way. Don't do it as I do, do as I say, okay? That's how it works. Alright, so I'm just going to randomly stamp this. I'm going to test it again. Oop, it's still crooked, so I want it like this. Oh, nope. Yeah, this one's tricky. We'll see how I do. We're going to do just some stamping of Happy Birthday down the side here. Francois might be drunk today because these are not going to be straight. Alright. Alright, I think I got the hang of it now. So I'm just doing quick little stamps down the side here to give it kind of some texture, like he's pointing at it. There we go. I can actually use these tomorrow, I think, because, oh, I didn't give myself a little lemon lime circle here, because I have a birthday party tomorrow for my family, and, whoops, hold on, sorry, I'm just trying to find the right color. The Froggy stamp set is actually kind of cool for our family, so when I set this class date, I didn't really put it together, but it's been 15 years since I lost my dad, and my dad actually called me his littlest frog. So I loved this stamp set for that reason. And we will celebrate our birthdays tomorrow, but even though I was the littlest frog, we all are we're referred to as frogs in my family. And so this will be perfect because it's my sister's birthday. Well, her birthday was a couple weeks ago, but we're doing her birthday party tomorrow. So I'm going to use this for that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grab the hay from the Froggy set. Let's see. I need a smaller. I don't know where my bucket of blocks are, so we'll have to go with a bigger block at the moment. So we're going to pull this back off, which is kind of a bummer because I think I have to use it again, and that one was tricky. All right, so now we're going to grab hay from the stamp set, from the Froggy stamp set, and I just stamped that right in the middle of the 1-inch circle. All right, so now on this little scrap piece you have, sorry, I haven't been showing you the pieces we're using, so these were all the pieces in that part, for those of you that are stamping with me. So you need that little lemon lime circle and the white and the black layer. Okay, so now we're going to stamp the little crown as well, which is also from the stamp set. And I have some pretty exciting news too, because those of you that have this frog stamp set, beginning Friday, March 1st, and I don't have mine yet, it should be here on Friday, but Stampin' Up! Is releasing some coordinating items for Sale-A-Bration. So we will have die cuts that match with the frogs. So there'll be all sorts of things that actually cut out these images. So cut out the frogs, cut out the little crown, and cut out the little butterfly. So while today we're actually going to hand cut this, as of March 1st, you'll be able to get the dies for that. So that will be, oops, I did that in the wrong color. That will be kind of cool. And there'll be some other coordinating elements too for some of the other Sale-A-Bration items. So be sure to watch for that. I will probably send it all out in an email on March 1st, and I'll post it here on the Facebook page. So keep an eye out. But I can tell you now that the frogs have some coordinating dies, which is really cool. And I showed you a little sneak peek of one of the new punches that you can order too that coordinates with the part of your story stamp set. So I showed you these earlier. These are next month's class. See this punch right here? This is actually a new coordinating product that comes out March 1st as well, and it coordinates with this part of your story stamp set. So you can order those beginning March 1st too, and it will work perfectly with the part of my story stamp set, which we're using for March's class. All right, so now we're going to do a little bit of coloring, and I should have probably done this in advance because it's going to take me a minute or two, but I'm using the blends. So I'm going to start with this one for first because it's nice and small. So these are our alcohol markers. You do want to use Memento black ink if you're using alcohol markers because other inks will run and smear. So this is the best ink for these. I'm going to use a little bit of the dark Old Olive. I'm using Old Olive for Memento. That's what I love about these is they coordinate with all of our colors. So this is a light. You get Old Olive. You can buy them in combos or individually. So I bought mine all as combo. So you get the light and the dark together. Oops, I should have left the light out because I'm going to color him too. So now we're going to color Francois. I'm going to make his belly and his legs a little bit lighter than his body rather. Just so you know, sometimes these will bleed a little bit further, so if you go right up to the edge of the image, sometimes they kind of bleed out, so you want to just kind of go just to the very edge of the black as much as you can, so there's no bleeding outside of it. Kind of will spread a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and color him. That's that. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the dark Old Olive. These are like my favorite markers. And what's really cool right now, I actually had a girl just recently sign up to be a demonstrator, which as a demonstrator, we do obviously have minimums like most companies do, but you don't have to actually sell or do events. You can totally just sign on to get the discount, which is 20% at minimum, and it grows up. But what she did was you can get all, right now, because of Sale-A-Bration, and you get an extra $50 in product, you can actually get all of the blends markers, except for 3, in your starter kit. And the cute little bag for just $134, I think it is. So it's a really cool deal. So that's what she did, because she had so much fun coloring in my class last weekend, or the weekend before, I forget. They all run together now. I'm off to Newport this weekend, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so there is little Francois all colored in. So now we're going to go ahead and attach this to the black mat. And how's everybody doing? Am I going at an okay speed for those of you that are stamping with me? Let me know if I'm going too fast. And then I'm going to hand cut this little crown, which isn't going to be too hard, but like I said, March 1st, we get dies that go with this. I love this stamp set. I probably will never get rid of it just because of the family tie. There's only one other stamp set in 13 years that I kept, and that was the little Super Squirrel stamp set, because I also had an imaginary squirrel when I was a kid. So I used to send my mom little squirrel cards, and she saved them all. So I still have that stamp set too. And unfortunately, Dad's not around for me to send him Froggy cards, but I totally would. But like I said, we're going to send some of my family some. Now I'm going to grab one of the mini dimensionals, which, hold on one second. We're going to grab one of those. I'm kind of packed here for the weekend, so stuff is all over the place. I'm going to grab the mini dimensional. Did you know we had mini dimensionals? They're so cute, and they're perfect for like little things like this. And I'm going to pop up his little crown. If you don't have mini dimensionals, you can use the side of regular dimensionals. Where is my dimensionals? Here we go. You can use the side here. Just kind of chop them down a little bit, and that works fine as well. Okay, so now I did put this onto the card with dimensionals as well. So we're going to take this, and we're going to pop this onto the card with dimensionals. Oh good, I'm glad it's working for your speed, ladies. Okay, and gentlemen, although I don't think we had any gentlemen watching that I saw pop on. But you never know. Alright, I'm going to take these backings off, and we're going to go ahead and put this down to the right here. We're almost finished, at least with the outside. Then I took the little hay, and I'm going to use a couple of dimensionals on this, and we'll attach that to the front, just with a little dimension. And kind of have it so that he's displaying the hay. There we go. There we are. Oh, one last step on the front before we go. I love adding a little bit of glitz to him. So you want to carefully do this with the Wink of Stella, because did you know you can actually watercolor with this? So if I was to, and I'll show you in a second, once I've done this glitz here, you will see that my marker, or the end of my Wink of Stella, is actually green. So you can actually use it to watercolor with, but that's not what I want. I just want to add a little bit of glitz to him. And I think I just did it on, actually no, I think I did it on all of it. Oh, it's not picking up too much, so I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and just carry it into the green here. We'll do his light little legs here. There we go. How am I doing? Everybody can still hear me and everybody's good, right? You're all quiet. Alright, so there's the front. Can you see the glitter? I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'll move it back and forth a little bit. If you can't see it, I promise it's really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to take that happy birthday that I used, or whatever stamp you used. So that was the one we had to improvise a little bit to find something. Oops, I just put that on a dirty stamp so that you can use for the inside. So whatever you want to use. I'm using a happy birthday, like I said, from the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. I'm going to get it straight again, because that took me forever. Oh, look at that. Alright, so we're going to try and do this straight in the middle here. It's a little crooked. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to do it upwards a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Alright, then I'm also going to do that little crown again, which I just took off of there. Let's take this off, because I don't think we need him again. We'll take the butterfly off and use the corner of this. And then I'm going to stamp the little crown down in the corner. Cute. Alright. Put this on just so I don't have any mistakes. And then I'm going to use the light old olive again. This has two different tips too. I don't know if you've noticed. It took me a while to notice. But if you have them, see how there's the skinny line here and it shows you the little picture here, and then there's the thick line here, and then the paintbrush end. So you have two different ends. You have the paintbrush, and then you also have the, like the what was that called? Like the marker end, I guess. I like that end better usually, especially, although I think the thin parts might be better with the paintbrush, but I'm not very steady, so I do better with this one. I'm gonna do that, and then I used the dark just to color these little guys in. And then we just need to tape this inside our card, and we've got the first card done. So Francois number 1 is complete. All right, we'll put that in here. And actually, we'll do one more thing here. I'm going to take the butterfly that I just pulled off that I said, oh, I think I'm done with that, but we're not. I'm going to just clear this off. I don't know what I did with, oh, there it is. I should be using my chamois. It's right over there, but it's okay. We like to decorate our envelopes too, right? So I'm going to use the Smoky Slate, if I can find what I did with it. How is it that I have like nothing on my desk here, but I can't find what I need? And we're going to use the little butterfly, and I'm going to stamp a couple of these on my envelope. Like that. Cute, right? And then actually, let's go ahead and do one on the back too. Like a seal. Perfect. Cute, right? All right. So there's number 1. Numero uno. Complete. What do we think? We like that one? All right. Give me a shout if you're still with me. Next up, we have the Balmy Blue one. Hi, Verna. So we're going to start the next one. This is our next card. So if you get the kits, I do send you, whoops, sometimes I send my hair along because that gets everywhere. I send you the embellishments and the ribbons too. So when you order with the host code, you'll get next month's kits, and they will include the paper, the embellishments, everything else. You'll just need the stamp set. And like I said, if you're just joining, we're using the Part of My Story stamp set next month. So this is one of the Sale-A-Bration ones you can earn with a $50 order. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this one. Actually, I'm going to clean off these other stamps so that I can switch my blocks. So let's do a little infomercial with the chamois. Chamois. So I'm just going to clean off this. Have you guys seen this? Do you guys have this? I love it. It's like $8, and it just uses water, so it's super easy, super portable. And it doesn't always look pretty, but it works fabulously. I'm going to clean these all off and put them away so we don't have any issues later. Put this guy away too. Whoops. I think it came out of this one. Yep. All right. Aw, hi, niece. I love you, too. You're so cute. I love my froggies, too. Shh, don't tell your mother, because one of these is going to be her card for tomorrow. Don't tell her. Don't show her. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and clean these two off while I have it. And you guys can get caught up. Get your stuff together. And then we'll go on to number 3. Or no, I'm sorry, number 2. What am I talking about? All right, we're going to put hay away, and we're going to put the little crown away. And let's put this little froggy guy away. I think we use him again, but we'll take him back out then. Let's go with the unicycle. That's what we need next. So we're going to grab him carefully so you don't rip your stamp. I think I'm done with this, so I'll move that out of the way. Put these down face down. Will it fit on here? Not really. Let's use one of these. Will it fit on here? Oops, not really. Let's do... Do I have one that will fit? Oh, I bet it will fit on this one. Let's see. Should have had that. There we go. He'll fit on here. We'll do this one. All right. Before we do that, let's do the background. So, we're going to use Balmy Blue, or a light blue of your choice if you don't have Balmy Blue. This is one of the new colors from last year. It was introduced last year. One of the 16 new colors that was brought into the line. And we're going to use, I wish I had I have like 3 of those little itty bitty A blocks, and I don't have any of them over here. They're all in my bucket of blocks, and I would go run and get it, but I'm not really sure where it is. So, I don't want to leave you stranded. So we're going to go ahead and just wing it here. These are the little, I don't know if they're like little, I think they're flies actually. They're cute, right? I'm sorry. Sometimes the camera goes crazy when I bring stuff too close. But I'm going to stamp a few in the corner here. Just kind of like it's coming up from the bottom here. And then I'm going to stamp a few up here. Like they're flying across your card. I think that's probably enough, but let's just take a look. I'm going to use this blue piece. Thanks for not telling my secret, hey hey. Okay. For those of you that don't know my niece, her nickname is Hey Hey. That was what she used to call herself when she was a kid, and it kind of stuck. So we all still call her Hey Hey. Kind of appropriate for our little Hey card that we were doing a minute ago. Alright, so I'm going to put this back. I actually love that. Actually, I never thought of that, Heather. But now I have a stamp that has your name. I can stamp it together. Hey, hey. Look at that. I know I definitely can't get rid of this card. I mean, this stamp set. I don't know if she's still watching, but now I have a perfect little card for her, too. So we're going to just put this white flax down first on the gingham gala before you tie it all together. So you're going to just go ahead and put that across. And that was very crooked, but it'll be fine. I swear I haven't been drinking. We're going to go ahead and attach that down. And then I did some black twine in your kit. Ooh, this one got all knotted. Huh. Imagine that. I don't think I'm able to get that out, so we're probably going to have to leave it. Hopefully it won't interfere. Hopefully it will end up in the back. So I want my bow to land over here. Yeah, it's going to be in the back, so it'll be fine. I'm going to land that over here, so I'm going to wrap it this way. And one more time. So we're going to do it around twice. It's a little tricky sometimes to do this when it's such a thin piece of paper, but try not to tie too tightly, and you should be okay. And as always, I always try to tie a knot first when I do twine, rather than doing the bow right away, because it's just harder. It is a perfect stamp set for our family. I was talking about that earlier. It's our little froggy set. We're all a bunch of little froggies. So, I'm going to tie this in a bow. And I was saying I wasn't sure if I needed to keep this or not, but now I definitely need to keep it. I can have special cards just for Hey Hey. Alright. So, that's going to go down. Once you've tied the ribbon on there, you're going to go ahead and use your adhesive to attach that. So, go like this. I think it's funny that all of my nieces and nephews, they call me aunt, and I call her niece. Not Heather as much, but my nephews, it's always just hi nephew and hi aunt. We're very formal in my family. Not really, but I don't know how that happened. I think it was my oldest nephew that started that. Alright, so there's that. Now we're going to set that aside. We're going to do our little froggy. So you should have two pieces again, the white and the black, that we're going to mount together. And we're going to use the Memento Black again for the frog. This guy's kind of right in the middle, so you're going to stamp him pretty much in the middle here. Maybe slightly off to the right, just so that his foot doesn't close to the edge. Alright, there we go. Like I said, I think I need to re-ink my Memento. But, sorry. So I used gray on the bottom. I used light gray, I think. Let me see. Yeah. I used the light gray for the tire. I think that's it, just the tire. So you're just going to color in that little bit here. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. I don't know if you can hear that. I think you can. Hopefully nobody calls. That's when things go awry. I think you can just hear I think I just got a message too. So, sorry if that's interrupting you. Alright. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do the balmy blue for the bicycle. I think I used the light on this too. Whoops. I like the smaller end here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And this is a little tricky because this is really, really tiny, so I might want to use the other chip, but I'm not gonna. I think I colored this blue anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then we will do this blue carefully. It's really hard for me to color. I really should have done this ahead of time, sorry. But I wanted to do it with you so I didn't go too fast and lose those of you that are stamping with me. But this does take a little while, and it's really kind of hard for me to do this because the camera's in the way, so I can't get close enough to see it. So who knows what it will look like when I'm done, but hey, it's alright. It's just for my sister, right? Haha! Just kidding. The other one was for her. But she won't care. Alright, now I'm going to use the same color combo for Mr. Francois. He is the dark olive, old olive, on his upper part. Actually, his legs this time are dark olive too. And the last one, it didn't make sense. I made him light because it kind of blended into his belly. But I really think his legs should be dark. But it really doesn't matter. If you don't have the Stampin' blends, you can just use 2 different shades of green. Or like yellow and green or something. So feel free to switch it up if you need to. That was a really bad coloring job that I just did right there. So don't look too close. Are you all alive out there? I don't see any action, but I suppose you're all busy stamping, right? So I want to make sure you can all still hear me. Alright, and then we're going to color him in. Oh, I see likes. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Hopefully you're all having fun stamping. We'll have to take a poll at the end to see which one's your favorite, so keep that in mind. Oh good, I'm glad you're having fun, Chris. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I really do like doing these little live classes, so I hope you do too. I did them last year. We started them last year, and then I kind of got off the wagon a little bit here, and then I decided to bring them back. So hopefully you like them. And we're going to color the middle of his belly. Like I said, we're going to do that light. The froggies are so cute. I love them. Verna, you need them. They're just fun. I think Owen would love them too. Alright. Oh good, I'm glad you love them and that you look forward to them. That makes me happy. Alright, so we've got this little guy ready. I'm going to attach it and put it onto the card before I do the Wink of Stella, just because I find it's easier. So I'm going to go ahead and use my adhesive, attach this down. Whoops. I'll put that down here. And then this goes on again with dimensionals. Surprise, surprise. So I'm going to put one in each corner, one in the middle. Because y'all know I don't like anything that's saggy. I almost posted this morning. This is totally, completely off base and not relevant to anything I was just talking about. But you all know I love crumb cake a ton. It's like my favorite color. And it was funny because I was in a class one time and I said something about the crumb cake, and there was a new person in class and she thought I literally had crumb cake, like the cake in class. And I was like, oh no, sorry. I said, I just you refer to my colors as crumb cake, and you're just supposed to know that apparently. But what was funny is this morning I was actually eating a crumb cake muffin, and I was like, oh, I should post this. What else would Jen eat besides a crumb cake muffin? So it was really good too, except I burnt the first one, which was really sad. Luckily I had a second one, or I would have been really, really sad. But, dang it. Lost myself. Lost a muffin. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and you're just going to do the banner snip on either side here. And hey, Suling! We're going to go ahead and cut this each side. So I snip in the middle and then corner to center for that. Alright, get that out of the way. This is just going to go behind my circle, so I just need to cut that. And then I have the Hoppy for you here. So we're going to do Hoppy for you. I know, I would love a mini banner punch too. I do them myself most of the time because the bigger banner punch is hard. I will show you in a second if I can find my I don't know if it would work on one this small, but the tailored tag punch, a lot of people have been using that for doing your little banner. So that is good. But I like the mini one because I do this kind of thing all the time. So I would love that. I concur. All right, so we're going to need some black. And that big one is just too big for that. So we're going to do Hoppy for you on this one. I did pre-cut your circles for you. Normally, I would actually stamp this first and then punch it out. I used the 1-inch punch. I don't know if you guys have one of those, but those are really handy. But I'm going to go ahead and do it with you here. So I'm going to try and get it in the middle. Not bad. I think we'll leave it. And then I'm going to pop, well actually no, I'm not going to pop it on here. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the green part. This is how I adhere mine. I put a little bit of adhesive in the middle of the green. And then I lay this on top of it. And get that the way I want it. Whoops. Then attach that down, and then I'm going to pop this piece up. And I know it's only 1 inch wide, but I still use 2 of these. I don't like them to sag at all, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then I'm going to pop that over here. So we're pretty close to finished with this one too. Got to add some more Wink of Stella. So I again used it on the froggy. I don't know if I'm going to use a different one. I'm not sure this one has got much left in it because I'm not seeing any glamour. I want some glitz. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, that one's better. I think the other one might be out. This is much better. Maybe you'll be able to see it this time too. Because the last time it didn't really seem to show up on camera, and usually it does. Alright. How are we doing? Everybody doing okay out there? We're all coloring and having a good time? Alright, I think I missed his leg. I'll do his little belly too. Alright, so you want to be careful not to like scribble with this because it will pick up the black if you kind of just do a scribble. Alright, there we go. Can you see that glitter this time? Oh yeah. See, the last one I don't think was working very well. Maybe I have to redo that one so that it has more glitz on it because it just wasn't picking up what I was putting down over there. Okay, so now for the inside of this one, oh, I didn't do anything on that one, but we're gonna on this one. Oh, first, let's put our little adhesive sequins. I love these. We have them in 2 different sets now. There's some, yes, a glitter frog. Hi, Tiffany. We have 2 different sets of these adhesive sequins, and they're so fun. We have this one, which is the Gingham Gala set that's in the Occasions catalog, and then we have another one in the annual catalog as well. I love them. But there's our little glittery frog. I didn't do anything on the inside of the last one, but let's go ahead and stamp this one, because we can. Let's do some little flies. We're going to do some little blue flies to match, to match the front. Again, we're using the Balmy Blue ink pad. Most of you have stamped with me before, but got dimensional stuck to that. Most of you know you want to do a really light touch with these foam ink pads because they are juicy. So I'm just going to do a few little flies flying down this way. Whoops, I meant to fly them the other way, but that's okay. Actually, I can turn it around. Oh, look at that. All better. And now we'll do some flying this way, too. Kind of do the corners. I love this little froggy set. It's so cute. All right, and then I'm actually going to, let's grab the chamois again. Clean that off. Love this thing. Just water, all clean. $8, I think it is. It's a good deal. I'm going to stick this here, and we're going to grab the other sentiment that's in here. I'm going to use the You Can Do Anything. So it says, so Hoppy for you on the outside, and I'm going to have it say, you can do anything on the inside. I'm not sure who I'll give this to, but I think it would be a fun little congratulations card. We'll put this in the middle. There. Cute, right? We love the outside to be all stamped. Oh, actually, before I make that, I should have done my envelope too. Let's go ahead, use my chamois again, and clean that off. I keep my chamois in one of the stamp cases. You can buy these separately. I think packs of 4 for really inexpensive. I don't know off the top of my head how much they are, but They're very cheap, but it's great for holding your chamois, or you can just put it in a plastic bag. That works too, like a Ziploc bag or something. Whoops. Let's use the little flies again, and we will stamp these down here, kind of flying across the envelope. Fun, right? We'll do a bunch on this one. There. They're swarming. So we got that. And put that together. And then I just have to attach the inside, and we're done with card number 2. Everybody keeping up with me? The last one I think is my favorite, although I don't know. I love them all. I'll have to ask you guys. I always do, so think about it. Which one's your favorite? Alright, let's do... I've been on a fancy fold kind of kick. Not that the last one is a fancy fold, but it's kind of different, which I like. So I think that's why I like it. Alright, so we've got our little coordinating envelope and our little glittery frog. So there's number 2. Alright. Next one, last one, is... Whoops, come here. Is this guy. So this was not one that I showed, I don't think, in advance. So this is kind of the one I designed a couple weeks ago. But this is the one you'll also need another stamp set for this little skinny thing. But this one opens like this. And we did, whoop, I don't know where that came from. But we did the inside too. So this one's kind of got a fun little element of surprise. I might actually make this one, the one I'm doing right now, a birthday, because I might use this one for my sister. I think that'll be fun. Okay, it's special and all. Although maybe I should use it for, because it's also my sister-in-law's birthday, and it's her 50th birthday. She'd kill me if she knew I was telling you that, but she doesn't. You don't know her, so it's okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this. So maybe I'll do one of these for her. Alright, so we're going to go ahead first and grab, did I not give you the black twine for this one, or did I just not do it for myself? That was dumb. Oh, good. I have some right here. I hope... Did I give you guys the black twine for this one? Give me a shout if I didn't. Sorry about that if I didn't. I thought I did all of it, but... Let me know if I'm missing it. Curious. Sometimes I just space out, and I might have just forgot to do it for my own kit. No black twine. Oh, sorry, guys. Poop. So, you can just do this flat then, without the black twine. Maybe I should have done that too. I didn't realize I skipped it. Oh, yes! If you have paper pumpkin, you might have some of that left over. I think it had black twine in it a little while ago. Sorry about that, guys. I missed it on mine too, but I missed it on all of yours. Dummy. I got distracted, apparently. So I'm just tying this as a knot. You could use white twine if you have white baker's twine, or linen thread would work too. Even though I don't use any crumb cake on here, it's a great neutral. That would work too. Black, of course, if you have it. White. You could really use a bunch of colors. Hopefully you have something you can substitute, or you can, like I said, just not do this part. But then we're going to attach this. So you want to make sure you do that part first. Oh, actually, I should probably do the other element first. But since I already did this, I'm going to go ahead and attach this down. It does not impact the little fold at all. So let's go ahead and tape this down, and then I'll show you what I did for the fold. Why is this thing not working? Okay. This goes down like that. Make sure that's good. Okay, so on the white piece that I gave you, I think it was, this doesn't have measurements. I think it was like 5 by 2, and I scored at 2. And so you're going to fold on the score, and you're going to put tape on this shorter side. Quite a bit of tape. Well, you don't really need to do quite a bit because we're going to cover it with something else too, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just go ahead and put some tape on that. And then while this is closed, or kind of closed, you're going to line it up in the middle of the center, right with the edge. And I kind of put this down here so I can make sure it's going to fold right. So see that little crease? you want that to kind of be just on this side. And then you can go ahead and adhere that, because that way it will fold nicely. If you get that little fold part too far in, it's gonna not fold as cleanly. Does that make sense? So there you go. There's your little flappy for that. And then we're gonna take the, for the inside, I put the gray down first. So you're gonna attach this smoky slate piece. Some of you may have got gray granite, which is very similar. Actually, I think this may be gray granite. I'm not even sure. No, this is smoky slate. They're very similar, but I ran out of the smoky slate and hadn't ordered more, so I kind of had to substitute a little bit. But I made sure that whatever color you got matched each other. So there's that. And then before I attach this, I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of stamping and elements in here. So I used the flies again, which I already cleaned, but this time I used the gray ink. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp a few little flies over here. Okay, and then I attached this to layer on top of here. So this is a 5, the gray is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. So those are perfect layering elements, and we'll stick that right in the middle here. Like that. And then I did cut you a little piece of the gingham to kind of put across the center of this. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm using the wider gingham for this one. And that's going to go right across from the edge of the gray to the edge of the gray. And then I wanted to cover this one too, so this time we're going to use the smaller gingham on this little piece. So you'll just put tape on the large gingham and attach that down too. Like so. Okay, so there is our ends up, and then the blue goes on this side, and this is the small pattern as well. So you're going to tape that down to there. And of course you can switch it around too if you want to do it differently. Go right ahead. I do not mind. And in fact, when you're done, feel free to post your finished projects to the By the Shore stamping page. I'd love to see them. Okay, so there's that. So there's our little element. Next step, we're going to stamp our little froggy. And I did pre-punch these, so it's a little bit of a challenge. Oh, you know what? I think I threw my heart out. I saw it earlier on the table. I wonder if it's still in my trash can. Let me look here. I did just empty all the trash too. So I don't think it is. I might have to cut myself another heart. Hopefully you didn't lose your heart. I did pre-punch your hearts for you. Oh, you know what though? I'll show you where I got it from, because I was thinking I die cut it, but I didn't. I cheated and I used the little puppy punch, and I used that little heart, so I can punch myself another one. I was thinking I had die cut it and that was going to be a pain in the butt, but I did not. Alright, so let's go ahead. We'll continue. We're going to use this little guy again. And so the weekend that we named him Francois, I was telling the girls at the table, and we'd been kind of at this, we were at a crop, and we'd been kind of goofy, and it was like the second day or something, so we probably didn't have enough sleep, and we got a little silly, but I was telling them how one of the girls at convention did a masking demonstration where she masked this guy up against that guy. And so if you look at the positioning of this guy's hands, it was like, hey, because he kind of looked like he was getting a little frisky. So, of course, that made us all a little goofy and a little loopy, and we were all a little silly. So the whole weekend, everybody was going, hey. So we're going to use the hey Francois again. All right, so we're going to grab him, and I'm just stamping him again in Memento Black. And we're going to do the coloring again. So let's go ahead and grab the, again, I'm using light Old Olive and dark Old Olive for my coloring. I'm going to do light here and light here. And color that in. I love to color. So fun. But again, I probably should have done this part in advance, although then you guys would have gotten behind probably. just do this. Chris, I just heard Cooper running around. Somebody must have just come home. The little dog next door. He gets excited. He to me a couple months ago now. It was before Christmas, I think. But he's a cute little English bulldog? French bulldog. How appropriate. Our little frogs are French today. Francois. Alright, let's color this. Cooper and Francois would get along just fine. Somebody else is messaging me, I think, so sorry about that if that interferes. Cooper! Yes, my little buddy. I'm going to color him, and then we'll do a little coloring. So, hey, Jean. I was just talking about you and a scrapping event and little Francois. Alright, oops, I missed his arm. Let's color him too. There we go. And then for this one, I used the light pink. So I used light Flirty Flamingo to color this part here. I think that was what made it worse when the girl at convention did that masking trick, is because she put eyelashes on him, and she also put lipstick on her, I should say, and then masked it together, so it was definitely a girl and a guy. So yeah, it was very, very funny. Her post went viral the next day because it was just hilarious. Yes, it's Francois, Jean. Francois. He's getting frisky. Alright, we're going to tape that down to our little Starburst punch. This punch is awesome, too. I don't know if you guys have it. I pre-punched these for you in your kit, but it's one of my very favorite punches. I love it. It's very useful for both scrapbooking and for card making. So I'm going to put this onto the card, but you'll see it kind of hangs over the edge a little bit. So you want to make sure you don't put your dimensional over here. You're going to put your dimensional just off to the right here. Or dimensionals, I should say, because you're going to use a couple. So let's do that. And we'll attach that down. So there is Francois. And he's going to hold a little heart. So like I said, I used the little puppy punch to get that. So I'm just going to cut myself another one because I saw it on the table earlier and then I threw it out. Because I was like, oh, I don't know what this is for. But that's what it was for. So I pre-punched it for you. So hopefully you still have yours. Using that little doggy punch. And then I just put this down flat originally, but I think since I have the mini dimensionals right here, I'm going to go ahead and put a mini dimensional on it. And we'll do that. I love those little mini dimensionals. They're perfect for things like this. Okay. And then I also gave you 2 of these because I figured it was probably going to be kind of tricky to get these on there. So we're going to do many thanks. I just charged my whole battery. I had 98% when we started, and it's already dead. I think my battery is not cooperative. Oh, I don't want happy birthday. Oh, actually, I was going to change it to happy birthday, but this is going to be really tricky for me to get it straight since this one's so funky. Let's see how I do. I gave you, oh yeah, here's the 2. I put 2 in each of your kits, so you actually have 4 chances to get it right. So hopefully that will work for you. Alright, let's do, whoops, where's my frog? Let's put that away so I don't lose it. And then we're going to use happy birthday. I'm going to use the black because I do want to do happy birthday on here. And we'll do a little test. See if I can get it straight. Oh, that wasn't too bad. A little off. Let's try it again. Flip her over. I'm having a hard time with this one today. There we go. Woohoo! Not bad. 2 shots. Alright, so then what I did for this is because this side is popped up, I'm going to use regular adhesive over here, but I'm going to use dimensional on this side, just so that it evens it out. So a little regular adhesive here, and then I'm going to use a mini dimensional on the other end to kind of keep it propped up. I think I'm going to use 2. Put 1 here too. And then peel those off, and that way it just evens it out. And we'll put that here. And now I have 2 birthday cards for tomorrow. There we go. This heart looks crooked. Then my only last step again is to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to my little frog. Make him a little bit glittery. We like glittery frogs. So again, you don't want to do smearing because you don't want to just scribble all over it because it will kind of run everything together. So I kind of carefully go around with this because the Wink of Stella pen will act like a watercolor pen. So it will kind of run things together. How do I come up with these designs? Well, I did this at a crop actually, so I was just playing around. But what I usually do is I start with the paper or my color scheme, and then I stick to that. So I knew I wanted to use this Gingham Gala paper, so I picked the green and the blue because I liked those together. And then I just sat down, and I usually start with the image first, actually. So I'll stamp the image and then just layer it and then I ended up putting it so I'll start with this little piece here, and I'll be like, oh, I have a little, I'm going to punch them out with a circle, and then I layer it onto this, and then I add the heart, and then I add it to another page. So I just kind of build from there. But these I did design myself, but I was at a crop, so that always is easier to design when you've got a whole weekend to just kind of play around. So this is number 3. Oh, we didn't do our envelope though. So let's stamp our envelope. What should we do on that? Oh, this envelope's dirty, but that's all right. What did we... Oh, we used the little flies inside, so maybe I'll do gray flies on the outside here. Yeah, yes, that sounds good. So we'll do that. You like that one? Yeah, so let's hear it. Which one's your favorite? I'll show you all 3 again for those of you that weren't stamping with us. Let me show you all 3, and then you guys can tell me which one you like best, because I always like to know. All right, so we have card number 1 was this one, the hay with the little crown. I kind of like the crown on that one. He's kind of cute. And then there was this one on the unicycle. This was number 2, Hoppy for you. And then actually I did the inside. That was the original one. This one I did the inside, and it says you can do anything. And then number 3 was the little froggy, and that one has that little fold, so that's kind of fun. All right, I see some of you popping back on, so hopefully I didn't lose you. My battery is dying, so hopefully that wasn't an issue. But I think we made it. I think everybody's still here. I hope you all were able to finish your cards. I'm going to show you the cards again for next month in case you're interested. So remember, if you want to order... if you want your kits for next month, you'll want to make sure you order by March 10th with the host code so that you can actually get these for next month. So this is next month's cards. And they'll be sent, the kits will be sent out to you. You need to order by the 10th, and then I'll ship them out about the 20th or so for the March 27th class. And you'll need the Part of My Story stamp set. And then I used the Falling Flowers stamp set, but you could use any flower stamp set you had if you already have one. And then I also used, for inks, I used Melon Mambo, Coastal Cabana, and Pear Pizzazz, and then black for next month. Everything else will be included in your kit. So, and I'll post that later on the page as well. Wow, there's some variety. We've got 1, and we've got 3, and we've got 2. So you've all kind of got a variety of favorites. I love it. Number 1. So we've got 2 votes for 1, it looks like. Oh no, just 2 votes for 3. So yeah, I love them all, but I think 3 is my favorite. But I really kind of like this one too. I don't know. I don't know. I like them all. Which isn't always the case with my stuff, but I really did. I had fun with these. You could tell I was designing when I was relaxed and carefree because I kind of like them all. So good. I'm so glad you guys all stamped with me today. 3 is fancy. You really like number 1. That should be Mama's. And the old lady gets 3. Okay, so you like... Wait, that 3 is really number 1. So you think this one should be Mama's? And this one should be Tina's? I'm going to tell her you called her an old lady. Ha! No, I won't. I won't do that. That's funny, though. I love being the youngest in the family.
All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Let me know if you have any questions or if I can help you with an order at all. I'm happy to help. And I'm so grateful that you guys are stamping with me tonight and that for your support. I love you all, and I hope to see you again next month. March 27th will be our next one. Of course, I'll be back next Wednesday for our regular Facebook Live. That one's not a stamp-along. Oh, I like that name. It's not a stamp-along, but it's just my Facebook Live for each week. So we will see you next week, and then card class for next month will be on Wednesday, March 27th. All right, thanks so much. Have a great night. Bye, guys.